Guardians of the dark, the beings that shape the gods. Introduction: a world born of fire and ice. Before humans named the stars, before gods waged war across the sky, there was something else, a darkness, a void, and in that void did not rest silence, but the potential for everything, even fear. They say the first beings in our world were not gods, not humans, but those who breathed before the word order was ever spoken. They were not called monsters, not then. They were called children of primordial force. In the world of the gods, creatures walk that no human can truly understand. Beings older than time itself, shaped from fire, ice, death, and dream. They hide in the shadows between realms, in the depths of Yggdrasil's roots, in the winds over mountains we've forgotten to fear. They are not just monsters, they are memories of what we once were and what we fear to become again. Jormungandr, the Silent Circle. The Midgard serpent, a creature so vast she encircles the entire world, a creature so silent no one hears her move, because she doesn't. She bites her own tail, a perfect cycle, an eternal prison, but also a sign. When she lets go, the end begins. Some beings do not destroy out of hatred. They destroy because it is their nature to complete things. Thor will slay her, but he will take only 9 steps before he falls himself. To stand that close to true change is to risk losing oneself. Hel, the half of death. Hel does not rule with fire, not with swords. She rules with silence. One side of her face is beautifully alive, the other pale, dead, decayed, and perhaps that is why we fear her. She shows us what we all carry inside, that life and death are not opposites. They are twins, and we are their reflection. In Helheim gathered those who died without glory, not the heroes, but all the rest, the people of forgetting, and in a world where honor is everything, who listens to the quiet ones. Draugr, the dead who refuse to sleep. Not all the dead are still, some refuse. They rise from their graves not as spirits but as bodies, solid, cold, and filled with ancient hunger. The Draugr is no mere ghost. It is death with hands. It remembers who it was, but only in fragments twisted by jealousy and rage. They guard treasures, not for wealth, but because it is the last thing that made them feel alive. They haunt the living, not for vengeance, but because they cannot let go. And perhaps the most frightening thing about a Draugr is not its strength, but the truth it carries. That not all souls find peace, and not all memories die. Nidhogg, the gnawer of roots. Deep beneath the world tree, in the shadows no sun has ever touched, there lies a dragon, Nidhogg. He doesn't roar, he gnaws endlessly at the roots of Yggdrasil, He feeds not on flesh, but on foundation, not on men, but on meaning. He drinks the blood of the dishonored dead, and whispers with bitter breath that even the sacred will fall. He is not the end. He is the erosion that makes the end possible. And while gods speak of honor and glory, Nidhogg waits, patient, tireless, beneath the roots of the world. Trolls, the wild faces of the forest. They were not always monsters. Once they were simply something else. Trolls, not evil, not kind, just older than human thought. They live in mountains, deep woods, places where names fail. They are creatures of nature, but not the friendly kind. They do not love the sun. It turns them to stone. And so they hide and watch. Sometimes they trick, sometimes they kill, but mostly they remind us that there are places in the world we do not belong, and that the forest does not care for firelight or prayer. Fenrir, the bound future. Fenrir, son of Loki, born not from malice, but from inevitability. He grew with every heartbeat. His strength outmatched the gods themselves, and it wasn't his rage that made him dangerous. It was the prophecy. The gods tried to tame him, play with him, but it is folly to play with what you fear. They bound him with lies, and when he asked for a sign of their honor, Tyr gave his hand and lost it. Still Fenrir waits in chains. He does not wait with hate. He waits with certainty. There is a special kind of fear in what we know is coming. Surtur, the flame that ends all things. From the south he comes cloaked in fire, carrying a sword forged before time began. Surtur the Black One, the fire giant who waits at the edge of creation. He does not speak, he does not threaten, he simply burns. The gods know his name, they know his role. At Ragnarok he will march from Muspelheim and set the sky ablaze. He will slay the god Freyr, ignite the oceans and turn forests to ash. But Surtur is not evil. He is necessary. He is the flame that clears the forest, so new life can grow. And that may be the most terrifying truth of all, that destruction has a purpose.